Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Cyberpunk Edgerunners episode number 2 reaction. Okay, the previous episode, it was the beginning of this show and we got to meet the character, the main protagonist of this show, whose name is David Martinez, I think. And him and his life, like how it all breaks apart in like matter of one episode. He was told by his mom to update his system. However, he updated his system from obviously just a shady Ripper doc, and that is why it brought problem in his school. They were, his parents were called. Then while coming back, they get in the middle of like a shootout, and his mom is not able to survive by the end of it. So that is what happens, and obviously later on, to gain more money for his mother's medical bills, he stumbled upon a Sandevistan, which is one of the cyberware, one of the military rare cyberwares. And like he gets beaten up, bullied by the school bully, the rich school bully, and a lot of other stuff happens. And in the end, he decides to actually implant the Sandevistan in his own body. So he goes to the Ripper doc and he's like, put this in me. So yeah, that is where it, like that episode ended. Let's see what happens this episode, episode number 2. And yeah, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles in the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Yeah, but oh, okay, okay, yeah, makes sense. Oh my god. Damn. Oh yeah, makes sense. He's like, if you die, then I'll get it for free. Oh yeah, it's like in the spinal cord. Damn. No anesthetic, nothing. I guess shady Ripper doc, makes sense. Oh, this is the opening. Okay. Damn. All right. It's an interesting opening. Oh. Arasaka Academy, obviously. Wait, is this? Oh, okay, I was not expecting that. Damn. All right, let's see what. No, his the time slows down. Sandevistan. That's basically the Sandevistan. Yep, there you go. Oh my god. And this was exactly what the Cyber Psycho was doing, in the first episode. Damn! Yeah, you guys are running away now. Well, good for you. Well, I don't think he's going to stay here anymore. Yeah. Damn. He's gone, yeah, obviously. Wow. Well, yeah, this is the problem, like since it's on camera, a lot of people will try to get him now. This is military tech. Ooh. Yeah, he's like, what? Why are you telling me this? There you go. James Noyes, that's his name. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. So he's damn. So he's like an exception, like financial aid. Yeah. Principal is calling. Good job. Just oh boy. Oh, no more juice. Or wait. No, okay. Oh no. Is that okay? Oh yeah, there. Oh my god. Yeah. Like, what's he going to do now? That's the thing. Like, he's just. Ah, here we go again. Is that girl a netrunner? Like, how is she? Wait, what the? Wait, what's she doing? Oh, he's gonna grab it. Yep. Well, well, you have his. Yeah. Um. Ew. She's a netrunner, isn't she? True. Then why were you trying to get from him? Yeah, what? Oh, that's why. Well, unfortunately, he's been expelled, so. Oh my god, that's a monowire. That was a monowire. Yeah, 80-20. So 70-30. I guess that's fine. Yeah, 70-40 is okay, I guess. 80-20 was a little bit too low. Lucy, that's her name. Okay. 3 o'clock. Don't turn. Okay. Okay, so this is how they're gonna do it. Chill, noob, chill. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is a damn. Ooh, okay. 30%. Hello there. Ooh. Yeah, it's just a lot of strain. Oh. Okay. Well, nothing. Hmm. Nothing, probably. Yeah, he doesn't know. Oh my god. Oh no! Realized. Well. Whoa. Wait, what? Okay, how is this possible? Oh boy. Damn. It was going so fast that it. Oh god. Well. Oh boy. Alright, here he is. Yeah, a lot. without any immunosuppressant. So yeah, yeah, he wants him to die. That's like, well, out of the 20%, I'm guessing they need to give it 2 days only. Hmm. 2 or 3 times a day. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. great. Well, only 2 and 3 times a day, but yeah. Ooh. No, something else. What? Oh, this is her. Wait, isn't this? Isn't it Judy's place? It kind of looks like Judy's place. From the game. But carbonated drinks and smoking. Wait, does she know he has a Sandivistan in his? I don't think she knows that. Wait a minute. I forgot. Did they? Edgerunners. Oh. Ah. JK's Edge. Ooh, it's probably make it. Wait, what's going on? Is this? Yeah, true. Mom wanted. Yeah. Mm. Wait, what? This is a brain dance. It's a BD. All right, here you go. In the moon. Yeah, it is a BD. Okay. Oh, the footprints on the moon. Okay, one thing I'm not exactly sure because I've not probably not played up until the end of the game. So there is something about the moon in the game. I do remember that. So I need to complete the game. Like, the final part I still haven't completed. And as far as I remember, in the game there is like a specific ending which is actually somehow connected to the moon. Damn, imagine. Oh, ration. Space rations. Wait, how to eat it? You need to open the helmet. Or okay, I guess you can do that. Free but Damn. Whoa, what was that? What? Oh! Wait, what? What's going on? Um. Oh my god, did she? Oh, she sold him off. Wait, what? Wait, what happened there? Why? Okay, that was confusing. Way to end. Um. All right. I don't know exactly what happened in the end, but yeah. Okay. I was wondering, like, why is she helping him that much? And there you go. This is Night City. So yeah. Okay, yeah. Is that the end? Or yep, that is the end. All right. Okay, this episode. So first of all, we begin the episode with David getting grown up. Goes to the Ripper Doc, and Ripper Doc at first was like, what the hell? I'm only here to sell it. Like I can't be bothered to put it on you. So yeah, so David was like, all right, fine, I'm going to go away. So this is where the doc realized something. He's like, wait a minute, I have a better proposal. You have the Sandevistan, I'll implant it into you, and after you die, I'm going to rip it off of you and get it for free. So fair enough, obviously, because if he actually ends up dying, so I don't think he would need that Sandevistan anymore. So I guess that was a good deal, like if you die, I'll take it, that type of thing. And the doctor knows that without any obviously immunosuppressants and all the other stuff, he probably wouldn't survive, in this world by using the Sandevistan that much. So he was like, all right, you know what, okay, just have fun for a few days, and then after you die, I'll take it from you. So that's what he said, and he implanted it into him. And David obviously is a shady Ripper Doc, and that was pretty uncomfortable seeing him actually tearing open the whole thing and implanting it in him. I doubt he used any type of anesthetic, or probably if he used any anesthetic, it was probably the cheaper kind, which wore off in a matter of few minutes. But yeah, that happened, and he implanted it in his backbone, and he is ready with his new chrome. So the first thing he does, obviously, is the person who actually provoked him into taking this step, which was that kid. I forgot his name. Anyways, that rich boy. He goes to school. The first thing he does is kick him out of the chair, and he's like, all right, you know what? You want to fight? Let's fight here. And I love how the first thing he does is cameras, dude, cameras. Don't do it here now. Because obviously he has a reputation to hold, being daddy's rich boy. So at first he tries to do that, but he's like, screw you. I'm not I don't care about the camera or anything else. Yeah, fight me. So they start fighting, and this is a military grade chrome. And his daddy probably have spent a lot on him, and hooked him up with a lot of good chromes probably. However, military grade chromes are something that you need a specific amount of, I guess, what's that word, specific amount of what's that word, you need a tolerance level or something. I'm not exactly sure, but an adaptability for it to get used to it, which David has some way or the other, because later on we get to know that the principal was talking about, not the principal, but the one who's talking to the principal told him that David shows a very high adaptability rate to this, so why not use the other experimental stuff on him, something like that, he said. So which kind of proves that even if his dad gave this kid some military grade chrome, he probably wouldn't be able to get used to it. That is why he has some good chromes, but it is probably of the lesser stronger type, so he does his usual thing, tries to attack him, that little thing he was doing. And David just dodges the whole thing, goes kind of behind him and punches him here, and let time flow normally again, and bam, he just crashes into the the window thing, and his nose is broken, and he's like, what are you doing, what the hell type of cyberware are you wearing, that it broke my nose completely. And he starts talking about how, oh, daddy will see you, everything has been captured by the camera, he's going to expel you. And David was like, yeah, I don't care, if he wants to expel me, he can expel me. And he leaves. So yeah, now we see him using the Sandevistan one more time after that, just goes to his his place and slips in. Obviously he cannot go in normally because rent is not paid, so he does that and kind of goes to sleep. While all of this was happening, like I said, I was kind of thinking, like, since this is like a military grade chrome, I'm pretty sure since the CCTV has got that whole scenario, someone was going to find it odd and kind of go deeper into it and research more about it and realize that David has some military grade chrome. And so I was thinking, like, that is why David might actually fall into a little bit of a trouble here, because they can easily track him down. However, it seems like he's not going to fall into trouble, at least for the time being, because what they were talking about here in the next scene was kind of interesting. What happens here is that the principal is being shown the footage of his son getting beaten up, and he's like, why are you showing me this? It was probably the AI talking to him. I'm not exactly sure who it was talking to him, but he's like, why are you showing me this? And the other person says that this is David Martinez. He was found using a bootleg wreath that corrupted the academy's hardware. He's a nice kid, but he's an intelligent kid, but this is something that happened. He has no father, and his mother was recently killed in a traffic accident. He owes a considerable amount of debt. And then he's like, what does it matter? And he says, notice his movement. He has a Sandevistan that James Norris had at the time of his death. Here you go. So I was thinking, all right, so obviously now they'll probably say that, oh, track him down, get it back from him. But they say something different here, which, like I said, for the time being, David is probably safe from the corpos, but for the time being only. Because what they say here is that, okay, that's the case with the cyberpsychosis event. Yes, sir. Yet, unlike the soldier, here we go, this student displays no side effects from the implant. Okay. His tolerance for cybernetics could make him a prime candidate to test the product. Okay, so here we go. So this changes a lot of things. Like, obviously, if they were like, all right, let's get it back from him, probably in the next few minutes, his whole house probably would have been raided by a few corpos, and they probably would have just taken him to them and extracted it back and probably kill him after that. That's how his story would have ended then and there. However, since they said that, oh, since he has a tolerance, let's use him to test the product. So obviously they cannot kill him. So they were like, all right, like the principal was like, get him back. Even if he's been expelled, just get him back. And that is why for now, that's why I'm saying David is safe, at least for now. They're not going to kill him outright because he actually has a use for them. So yeah, now we see next that David is kind of like falls asleep. No, kind of wakes up from his sleep, and the call was coming in, like the principal was calling, saying, Mr. Martinez, please know your expulsion has been formally processed. However, Mr. Tanaka's parents contacted us to request that's it. So yeah, it did not let it play out. Like, they were probably going to say Mr. Tanaka's parents contacted us and they said that to revoke your expulsion so you can come back. It's probably going to, some principal was probably going to say something like that, but he just just cut it off. And I'm pretty sure even if he's heard it fully, he probably wouldn't have gone back. I doubt that, but either way, he he's just sitting down there. He doesn't know what to do. Obviously, what can he do now? Like, there's nothing to do. He just comes outside and is spacing out, goes down, and we can see the difference between his the way he was the difference between the scenes in episode 1 and 2. In episode 1, we could see that he was, all the scenes they were showing, he was pretty happy, going through the different scenes. However, here they were showing the same scenes and we can see he's just completely dejected, obviously. Now he's in the train and he realizes that the same person, the same girl who he felt in the previous episode, is somewhere here. and he tracks her down for the first time here, and sees that she's actually stealing eddies from everyone. And so eddies, obviously, like, the currency, the currency that they use in Cyberpunk is eddies. I think they call it like that. So since, like, this is like a high-tech world, that's how like, she was pickpocketing everything from everyone, and just very swiftly just going in and taking everything. And for him, she also tries to grab it, and he realizes it because of the Sandevistan, immediately slows down time, grabs her hand, and he's like, what the hell is this? Give it back. And she immediately grabs him, and she's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're destroying my work. And oh, there you go. This is where she realized that he has a Sandevistan. Okay, now I was, for a moment in the later part of the episode while I was reacting, I forgot about this part. I was saying like, oh, does she know that he has a Sandevistan in him? There you go. She saw it here only. Okay, there you go. And she's like, wait a minute, you have a Sandevistan. So she's like, all right, fine. You know what? I'm not going to press you about anything. Like, whatever happens in this, this is Night City we're talking about. There's no, like, like anything and everything goes. So I'm not going to ask you about anything. But since you are, like, you became a problem to my work, you're going to help me out. And so she says, like, I only target Sakas, that is Arasaka, like, like the corporates, and I only target them. And obviously the question here, he's like, why did you target me then? And she says, like, since you have your ID in Arasaka Academy, that is why. So okay, fair enough. So she says, like, all right, fine, I'm going to help you out. So okay, where did they actually think about? Oh, the later portion. So when he says, like, okay, I'll help you, she's like, all right, good boy, and opens, like, kind of releases him, and we see a monowire actually around his neck. That's a monowire, as far as I know. Monowire is like, if you've played any Hitman games, the thing that you use to kind of, like, choke the other person out in a stealthy way, that type of thing. However, this monowire is a little bit more, I guess you could say, technically advanced. I remember in game, the monowire was crazy. You can literally just use it as a whip, just use it and just cut off everyone's head. Like, it's crazy, wild, like, a very wild thing. And like, all the, like, cybernetic implants that you have in your hands are too overpowered in the game. Like I feel like the only one that is kind of not that overpowered is the gorilla arms. Other than that, everything is overpowered. And probably the what's that one called? The projectile launcher. Yeah, that one is also kind of, I never used it that much. I never liked the projectile launcher in the game that much. It's just a weird little thing, just shoots mines and stuff and bombs. I never really used it that much. Other than that, the mantis arm and the monowires, I feel like they're completely broken. They're just too strong. You can just literally just defeat everyone in the vicinity if you have those two. A good one, legendary one. The gorilla arm is kind of fine. Just increases the punching power, and you can just attack them. And then there's the projectile launcher, which is something that I never really used. So this is a monowire, and as far as I think this was probably the monowire. So she used that on him. Like if he said, like, no, I'm not going to help, she probably would have, I don't know, like threatened him with it, or probably just cut off his head. I don't know what she would have done. Either way, so she's like, all right, fine, follow me. So now they're talking about the cut, how much they'll get. And at first she's like, all right, 80-20, and he's like what the hell, like, and I need more money. So like 60-40, and then she's like, all right, 70-30. So her name is Lucy. She introduces herself, and we begin the operation. So little by little, like, they start, like, using the Sandevistan more. He starts using it more and more, and I think he uses it at least like 4 to 5 times over here. Like, Lucy gives him the signal when he, like, extracts the eddies, and he uses that opportunity to slow down time, go and grab it. And even that big, like, that big Arasaka, like, corpo over there, Lucy, like was able to grab the eddies from him as well. So, a mission, a good mission, mission accomplished. And she's like, all right, like let's go to the next one. And now, as they were saying that, we see he kind of like falls down, nose is bleeding, and could not like has used the Sandevistan a lot of times, so makes sense. Now they take him to Lucy takes him to a doctor. And yeah, like the doctor was looking at him and talking about whether he takes immunosuppressants or not. And they were talking about him, and obviously Lucy knows nothing about him. So like they think that, oh, since studies in Arasaka Academy, probably has a rich parent, and like they're the probably ones who paid for him for the Sandevistan and all that stuff they're thinking. And like, so when he wakes up, Lucy's like, which immunosuppressants do you take? And he's like, immuno what? Now while all of this was happening, the doctor realizes that there's a Sandevistan and it's like a very good chrome. So the doctor is like, all right, like I'm changing my plan, like I'm taking this kid in, like I know the scavengers would pay a lot for his chrome, so don't try to act smart with me, otherwise I'll also take your chrome. Tells Lucy that. And I love how Lucy's like, all right, you know what, I'm sorry, David, 20, 80-20, because I'm saving your ass here. Kicks the stretcher. And I love the fact that I don't know how fast they were going, but they literally actually rode on the stretcher throughout the whole tunnel, like, and I don't know how that happened, but either way, like they were able to get out of that place. And when they're out of the when they went out of the tunnel, we see David is completely knocked out, like just vomiting everywhere and just completely, like knocked out and everything. So there you go. He says like, take me to my doc. Yeah, my Ripper doc, my shady little Ripper doc. He's the only one who probably could do something in this situation. And yeah, so they take him to him. I love this part where like he's like, oh, like you are already knocked out, how many times do you use it? And he's like, oh, 8 to 9 times. And it's like, you crazy, you mad lad, like you used it so many times, like that's amazing, without any proper, like normal people are only able to use it 3 to 4 times a day. You used it 8 times without any immunosuppressants. And I was thinking, like, this guy probably did not tell him to use immunosuppressants, probably because he's like, you know what, the quicker he dies, it's better for me, like I can yank out his Sandevistan for myself. That is probably why I never told him. Oh boy, like that's anyways, so then he, like, and obviously then he's like, all right, you need to use immunosuppressants, otherwise you get completely just destroyed. Your head will get fried completely. And so Lucy is like, okay, wait a minute, what's that part? Okay, Lucy's like, how much will these cost? Wait a minute, this part, I need to see this part here. What was Lucy buying from him? Just a minute, let me go back a little. Okay, this gong don't know about immunosuppressants, didn't see the need. Yeah, right. Of course you didn't. Just sell him the meds. Crafts not crafts off the shelves not gonna cut it. It'll cost it. Oh, it's the immunosuppressants. Okay, that's what she was buying. You good for it? And okay, so freaking right, ain't knowing no charity. How much will these buy? 2 days worth. That's it. Plenty of our other rippers out there, but other might land you back with the scabs, which is true, Like this is basically Night City, you know. I remember there being an actual mission in the game. People who have played the game probably knows the mission with what's the name of that girl? I forgot. The girl who was with Judy, you know. What's her name? Hmm. That girl, you know, like the one who we meet and who introduces us to Judy. And she's like, I forgot her name completely. She was good friends with Judy, you know. She went to a, like, you know, obviously in the game she went to a ripper dog to, like, you know, who could probably help her out with her stuff, and he saw the situation she was in and just gave her some random address to some scabs, obviously people who, like, you know, like, and like that's what happened. Like it just sold her to them. Like that's what happened. That's why he's saying here that if you go somewhere else it might land you back with scabs. So this is obviously, like, you know, this is Night City, and you go to a doctor expecting some help and the doctor actually sells you to some traders. That's what happens. So it is a very dangerous thing. And obviously if they get to see that you have a sandevistan implanted in your body, it'll be a bigger, messier situation. So that is why he's like, yeah, sure, you can go to other docs, but they'll probably sell you to the scabs. So yeah, do what you want. So okay, now so he kind of advises him. He's like, all right, like, you know, don't use it more than 2 and 3 times. And if you do it more, then obviously your head's going to get fried. Even if you don't understand at that moment, your head is going to get completely destroyed. So okay, now he comes out and he sees Lucy's waiting for him. Now one thing I can see here is that, like, you know, in the end, how we see, it seems as if she sold him off to some, I don't know, some I don't think so. I think something else is going on, because why otherwise, why would she help him out for this long if all that she wanted was to just sell him off to some random scabs? So it's probably something different that is going on. Like, you know, like she could have easily done that way before. She could have easily sold him off when he got knocked out here. Probably instead of taking him to the ripper dog, probably took him to somewhere else and sell him off to them. Or she probably could have done a lot of other things. Like, why would she actually stick with him for this long if all that she wanted was to just sell him off? So that's why I'm thinking in the end, like, she probably did something else. Like, you know, like I'm going to look at this part, that ending part again, because that part happened so quickly. I was so confused what was going on over there. But I'll watch that part again. But I don't think her main goal is to sell him off or something different, I think. But anyways, let's see. Let's look at the like, you know, go to the next part. So here, you know, like, Lucy talks to him and Lucy's like, all right, so you know, like, we'll do this more later on. So but don't use your sandevistan more than 2 and 3 times a day. So he says that, oh, so you're going to keep working with me. And he's like, all right, let's go now, because I don't have enough rent to go back. So she's like, no, you know, like not today. And then she's like, all right, you know what, follow me. And now again, this part, I'm going to see this part, read this part here. Still willing to work with me after that? Think I'd let you get back without getting paid? Well, good, I need the eddies. That's the spirit. And he says, sure, you're not up more for tonight? I'm kind of lagging on rent. No more today, quit asking. And he's like, okay. So she gets up and says, come with me. So this part again, if she really wanted to sell him off, she probably wouldn't have told him that, oh, enough for today. You know, he probably would have lured him in, saying something like, all right, you know what, sure, let's go do some more work, and probably sold him off to somewhere. Or, like, I don't know, like, I feel like there's some other thing that she's trying to do which we are not exactly sure of, because whatever she's doing is in a very, you know, like very convoluted way. Like, if her goal was to basically sell him off to someone, for the Sandevistan, she could have done that way earlier. What she did, up until the end makes no sense. She went through the the longer and lengthier path. It doesn't make sense why she helped him out that much if all she wanted from him was to just sell him off. So anyways, so she's like, all right, follow me, and brings him to her place. Now I was saying this place kind of looks like Judy's place. Judy, another character, the character from Cyberpunk, because the place kind of reminded me of it, with that little staircase and like two rooms. And Judy's place is kind of like this. And yeah, I guess I'm not exactly sure if this is like an Easter egg or something, or this place looks so much familiar. Like it looks like Judy's place. Either way, so Lucy's like, all right, come in. And they get inside and gives him a drink, I think. Okay, so she starts smoking, and he starts coughing from the smoke, and he's like, oh, like, I'm not used to all of this. And here she asks him, like, what's up with your dress, like, what's going on, like asks him about more about him. So okay, now this part. Okay, sure, you aren't what's up with your get up anyway? Okay, she gets up and she says that take it off, just do it, come on. And he gives her the jacket, and she does something to it, and the Edgerunners is like, comes on the back of it. And Edgerunners, cyberpunk, another word for cyberpunk. It's who you want to be, right? I'm actually a fan of JK's Edgerunners series. Okay, so okay, here we go. Here's something changes here. The way Lucy was talking here completely changes after he says something like, what's up with that tacky poster? Your new life awaits. And she's like, oh, you got a problem? And he's like, oh, no problem. And just always whacked me how those ads make it seem it's like some kind of a paradise. I mean, lots of peeps died trying to turn that dumb rock into something useful. Yeah, obviously they're talking about the moon. And like I said, since I've not played the game completely, I do know the game has an ending which is kind of related to the moon. So I've not played the game completely, so I don't know exactly what it is about. But here again, they start talking about the moon here. And so they're trying to do something to the moon. And he says, sounds like a prison rather than a paradise. Sounds like something did their homework. And it says the academy teaches you things that they don't show in the ads, as expected of a preppy academy boy. Okay, so we can see that Lucy like talks about her own like dream or whatever, and says that like she kind of hints it. I think like her dream is going to the moon. Okay, before that, David talks about his past. He says like, my dad and mom, my mom wanted me to go to the academy. I never wanted that, but my mom wanted me to go there and become like a corporate. But when I went there, I realized like, obviously, since we are from the down in the the social hierarchy, they're never going to accept us, even if I become one of the corporates. And she asks like, then why did you go there? And he says like, because my mom wanted. And here she says that that is not your dream, that is your mother's dream. And she also tells him that you should have your own dream, do not chase other people's dreams. Okay, so yeah, that's not your dream though. Not my dream. Well, yeah, you and your mom are two different people. You need to work on, why should you need to work for her dream? And he asks like, there's nothing wrong with that. But she says you have to find your own dream. And here he asks, like, sound like you found yours. And then he says, you're joking. You call it a prison, but to me, this city is a lot worse. Yeah, so her dream is going to the moon. Because she doesn't want to live in this city anymore. Like, this is the one thing that is so common in Cyberpunk, even in the game. Like, all the time I've seen everyone talking about how they want to leave Night City. They don't want to stay here because, makes sense. This place is crazy. Like, Night City is just, yeah, like, to live a peaceful life, this is not the place. And she says, like, I just want to go away far as possible. And here, all of these things, she's saying so much about her and everything. I doubt she just wants to sell him off or something, because in the end, the ending part of this episode kind of made it seem as if she betrayed him and sold him off to someone, but I don't think that's what's happening here. Okay, anyways, she says, like, I'm going to show you something, good. And they start a BD, brain dumps, and the BD was in the moon. So okay, so they're in the moon, and he's like, oh my god, it's so, like, like the sun's heat is coming, and she says it connects you to personal link to let you feel the sun's heat. Of course, you'll burn into a crisp if it was the real temperature. So I made sure to tweak it down. So he starts kind of jumping around, moon, like, lower gravity. And they start walking on the moon, like, he's jumping around, Lucy's also jumping around. And then they go and grab a buggy, and like, they ride off. Then she gives him a little bit of space ration, and she says, this is the first time I've done anything like this with someone. And wait a minute, is this like a, just a minute, is this like a reference to just a minute, like, that scene where oh yeah, I think that was a reference. Was that an Evangelion reference? You see that scene where he was sitting down and so was Lucy, looking at the earth, side by side. Like, I think this was an Evangelion reference, because in Evangelion, the end of Evangelion, there was a similar scene like this. A little difference there was where Shinji was standing over there, but Asuka was sitting just like that, looking out into the distance. And I don't know, I feel like this was like an Evangelion reference or something, kind of. However, both are seated here. In the Evangelion, Shinji was standing. Either way, I don't know if that was a reference or something, but it feels like one. So he's like, oh, why did you show me? And she's like, oh, I just wanted to. And here, everything kind of changes. She's like, oh, we could make a good team, won't we? And he says, yeah, I think so too. Now, something happens in her eyes. I think she gets disconnected here. She disconnects here, I think. I'm not exactly sure, So here we go. As soon as that happens, someone is calling him and says, you fell over the edge, punk. And yeah, forcefully disconnected him. And okay, there's a few people here. Hate to break it to you, but the implant belongs to me. Oh, is that him? Ah, it's him. What was his name? That guy, the cyber psycho. I'll be taking it back now. And he sees that Lucy's just there smoking, and he gets punched. Okay, so here we go. That's where it ended. So it seems as if Lucy, like, just sold him off. But I feel like there's something else going on here. I'm not exactly sure. Because why would she, if she wanted to do that, she could have easily done that way before. Why did she need to go through this tedious process of, like, just like this lengthy process when he got knocked out, during that part when he used the Sandevistan too many times. She could have taken him and, like, sold him off to them, or brought them here, and instead of taking him to the doctor, she could have taken him to them. And not only that, later on she even says that, oh, you take some rest today, and we'll do this later. And he says that, oh no, I need a place to stay, so I want to do more stuff. So that is when Lucy was like, all right, come with me. So multiple times we've seen that she probably did not, this is two things, either two things are happening. She has some other plans, either that, or if she wanted to sell him off, she probably was actually waiting, or for like the perfect timing, I think, or like, I'm not exactly sure what she was waiting for, but she was waiting for something, and to get him in a proper situation, and then she would, like bring those guys here and sell him off or something. I don't know why, but it feels so weird that she took this lengthy process. If all she wanted to do was to just contact those guys and bring them here, she could have done that anytime, but she made this such a lengthy process. So I don't know why. It makes no sense. But either way, yeah, that is where it ended. And oh boy, David is in for a beating. And yeah, technically it is that guy's property. It's like the Sandevistan is that guy's. So like, as he said, like, this belongs to me. So I guess David cannot say something like, oh no, this is mine. He cannot say that because it's not his. It's something that his mom grabbed from the scene and he just implanted in him. So yeah, I don't think he can say anything in this situation. It is rightfully the other person's, it is not his. So I don't know, but I guess this is Night City though. You get something, you keep it. So if you think about it in that way, then I guess it is David's. But since this is Night City, yeah, these guys are well within their right to beat him up and take it from him. Like, anything goes in Night City, so anything and everything, it's normal here. So yeah, I don't think like David can say anything about this situation at this point. Either way, let us see what happens next episode. Yeah, so that was episode 2. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And there you go, that is it. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. And until then, goodbye and have a nice day.